whenever an extreme event happens anywhere in the world, people ask the question, what is the role of climate change? This is something that has been relatively hard to communicate, even to scientists, even to local scientists. And so for some questions, we will not be able to provide useful answers, but for others we will.
This study could be very good in a way that it could bring that understanding and understanding the risk and the frequency of droughts. It could help the government to avoid the adverse effects of this extreme event, which is actually this drought in particular, to the people.
The local context, particularly for Ethiopia, is very, very important because Ethiopia's topography, Ethiopia's agroclimatical regions, they're very peculiar and they're very esoteric, which means local knowledge, intimate knowledge about the meteorology in the country is very important to bring to the table in terms of framing the question as well as interpreting the results that we get from your analysis.
We have no expertise in meteorology in Ethiopia or Kenya or the larger Horn of Africa or any other parts of the world other than we live in, really. So in order to be able to estimate, okay, what is it actually that happens? We need people who understand the local meteorology, who have access to the data, but more important, who really understand what is it that is usually driving the rains, what is it that our models need to be able to simulate well in order to be useful for a study on Ethiopia or on Kenya.
The results we get from this project will be helpful for policymakers in a way that they can be able to say, okay, if this event was contributed by anthropogenic climate change and its frequency, like if we know the return period, the frequencies, the intensities in the future, we could make better informed decisions about how we will handle the event.
This has been an exciting prospect because University of Oxford obviously brings in a lot of weight, academic reputation that they have, and working with brilliant scientists that bring their knowledge and their experience to the table, and being able to contribute to that as well as learn from it and benefit from it, particularly for such a young science as weather attribution science, which is a relatively young science. So obviously, aside of reading the papers and trying to catch up on the literature, the hands-on experience that we had in terms of setting up the models, how you validate the models, how you run the models, all these things, the actual mechanics, the nitty-gritty of it was quite important to be able to replicate that work, contextualize that work to our scenario here in Ethiopia. The collaborative work that we brought into this will definitely be useful in terms of interpreting the data and applying or implementing the results that we get to reduce the risk of disasters that might occur due to drought in Ethiopia.
I think the most important benefit is to build a personal relationship, because you work well with people you know. And it's hard to work with people you don't know or you've only met once or twice on a workshop. My goal for this work is that we have scientists from Ethiopia, from Kenya, from India, from Bangladesh, from every country that feels that this science can do something meaningful for their country, that they will be independent scientists who are part of the large worldwide scientific community. But in order to do that, we need to get to know each other.